We are back on BuzzChomp.
Make sure you're subscribed.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
Westworld reaction. Westworld premiered on HBO, the original, episode 1. Wow.
I'm in a dream.
That's right, Dolores. You're in a dream.
Whoa. 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 The original, for a reason. Damn. I have so many ways to go with this.
Have you ever questioned the nature of your reality?
First off, the show is really freaking cool. It totally mixes sci-fi and Western perfectly. I love this. And tons of people die, and they die a lot, and they die over and over and over again, and it's really cool. It doesn't waste any time getting to the punch of the fact that this is a recurring world in which humans go in and have their fun, and I'll call them machines right now because I don't have a better term and they haven't turned them in the show. The machines go in and live their life, and then they recur in a story loop and they live it out. And obviously something goes wrong. And there is the original machine. She's kind of starting to maybe figure it out. Are you rooting for her to figure it out? Those around her are screwing up and starting to have memory. The crux here is they've reprogrammed them to have subconscious memories. And obviously, because they've lived hundreds and hundreds of lives, varying lives, murdered people, been murdered, watched so much brutality, they don't like their makers very much, and it's coming back to haunt the people who created this world.
Something wrong with this world. Something hiding underneath.
Our original Dolores, by the very end, we know that she's starting to get clued in here.
These violent delights have violent ends.
She said she would never hurt anything, and generally the entire episode they just stand there and the flies buzz and they land and they buzz and they fly away. At the very end she swats that fly, we know she's awake, we know shit's about to hit the fan. This is freaking cool. I love when a machine starts to become aware of itself and its world and question its maker and its reality. We don't know the intentions of the corporation which created this theme park. We don't know the intentions of the humans, especially the man in black, who continuously decide to venture into this world to try to unlock its puzzle. I see three main conflicts brewing. We've got the creators of the machines and the machines.
What are your drives?
To meet my maker.
There's the corporation line, who we don't yet know what their motive is per se. But it's definitely not to make a super smart machine, and it's not simply to make a lot of money. Then there's the line of the man in black, who he doesn't even have a posse, but I gotta believe he's gonna get one, and he's trying to solve the game. Because obviously you go in as a human, and you can do whatever you want, and that's the top level. He wants to unlock the lower levels, the master levels of this game. Like it's a video game, he wants to master it, he wants to get to the deepest dungeon and crack the code and figure out what the true secret of this game is. And so at the end you see he scalped one of the machines and he's got the head of the scalp of it and it's got the code inside and he's going to try to figure this out. I don't think the corporation's going to be on the side of the man in black. I think those are the two enemies, correct? And then the enemy of your enemy is your friend. Now, do the machines side with the man in black, or do the machines side with the corporation? And then the creators, do they side with the man in black or the corporation? Because the enemy of your enemy is your friend. And all in all, we have a love story between two of the machines, Dolores and her guardian angel who keeps dying in the most sad way possible, and then she keeps tearing up. That storyline of hers is just sad, and we know she's going to remember it, and we know she's going to be pissed as hell that she has to watch her love die over and over and over and over and over and over. Right now we have one main human in the world, and he's been going there for 30 years. He basically lives there. This must be one rich mother effer. I'm going to speculate that perhaps he is one of the board of directors of the corporation that has created this world. How could he keep getting himself in there and afford to live there, basically? there must be some sinister plan, and I really think we need to get to know the corporation more before we can really understand what the Men in Black's motives are. They want to make a human, basically. It's freaking cool where you watch these 3D printers 3D print humans and horses, and it's awesome. I'm not convinced right now the machines can't hurt humans. But if they are obviously outside of the world, they can hurt humans. Why wouldn't they be able to? But I don't quite get how humans are unable to be injured inside the world. I can't wait to see what happens next. I personally am rooting for Dolores. Frickin' her father is a new father now. This is just not cool. We're obviously being goaded as the audience to side with the machines. And then not like the Man in Black, but I'm kind of rooting for the Man in Black because anyone that's trying to beat a video game at its most epic level, I want to see win. Except I can't root for him. This is tough. Comment below. Let me know. What was your favorite part? What is your biggest question? Any bold predictions for Westworld? OMG, awesome new TV show. Westworld reaction.
Tune back in
More from Mandy and Dan.
on BuzzChomp.
Subscribe.
Oh yeah, thank you.